I hope you are doing well. Today we came to see who invented the first car. To continue the video, don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon. Let's go to continue the video. But the invention of the car is attributed to Karl Benz. In 1885, he succeeded in building the first car with a combustion engine. In 1888, Bertha Benz, the wife of Karl Benz, made the first car trip with a three-wheeled car made by Benz. Perhaps the first written idea about a vehicle that can move without human or animal power can be found in the Iliad by the Greek poet Homer. In a part of the novel Iliad, Hephaestus, the god of fire and metalwork, builds a moving tricycle and uses it for transportation. But in the real world, this device was designed and built for the first time in 1678 by Father Ferdinand Furbist, a Belgian Christian missionary in China, which worked by steam pressure. This original car was 65 centimeters long and was built as a pleasure vehicle for the Chinese emperor. The first real steam-powered car that was used to transport people and cargo was designed and built in 1767 by the Frenchman Nicolas-Joseph Kahn. Kahn's car could move for tons of cargo with 2 crew members at a speed of 7.8 kilometers per hour. The world's first car accident happened with this car in 1771. 11. The combustion engine was invented in 1860 by a Belgian named Étienne Lenoir. After that, the development process of the automobile industry continued, and between 1860 and 1870 in Europe, various inventions were made by several engineers. 13. 1886 is known as the birth year of today's modern cars. In 1886, German inventor Karl Benz introduced the Benz patent motor wagon. Since 1908, when the Ford Model T was designed and built by Henry Ford, carriages quickly gave way to motor cars. 14. The first car with an internal combustion engine was a small engine that was installed on a small cart. This car was built by Siegfried Marcus in 1874 in Vienna. The engine of this vehicle was called a heater engine or an internal combustion engine. But gradually, external combustion engines became internal combustion engines. In internal combustion engines, the mixture of air and gas inside the cylinder is ignited by a spark. And the result of this combustion creates power and finally sets the car in motion. The first internal combustion engine was built by a German engineer named Nicholas Otto. Today's engines are actually the evolved example of this engine. But the invention of the car is attributed to Karl Benz. In 1885, he succeeded in building the first car with a combustion engine. In 1888, Bertha Benz, the wife of Karl Benz, made the first car trip with a three-wheeled car made by Benz. In this trip, he traveled the distance of 106 kilometers from Mannheim to Pforzheim to bring back his children, Richard and Eugene. He mentioned the reason for this trip was to visit his mother in Pforzheim. But in fact, his purpose of this trip was to show the capabilities of